Greetings and salutations to you all once again. It is me, the Ravenous Spectre, and this is the next exciting episode in the Journey Onward series, which is my week in gaming. So, let's go ahead and start it off. There's only really been two things that I've been playing this week. That's been Dishonored 2, and I just recently got Watch Dogs 2, as a matter of fact. Watch Dogs 2 is great. It really is. It's a hell of a lot better than the first one is. I did like the first one, but the story was kind of short and it was kind of bland, but everything else seemed like it was awesome. This one pretty much is more colorful. There seems like there's more of a livelihood to it, I guess you could say. There's more interesting characters. It seems like basically what it seems like is the game is just following this group of hackers is basically trying to take down the man, if you will. Yeah, all the corrupted stuff that's going on dealing with technology in that world. And, of course, it's taking place in a completely different area of the world now. Well, not the world, but the United States. And at first it was in Chicago, I believe, and now it's over in San Francisco. Honestly, I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a hell of a lot more fun with it than I was the first one. Mainly probably because there's a heck of a lot more that have to deal with hacking. And like, for example, when you get the ability to be able to hack a car at any point in time and drive it anywhere you want to. Granted, it does take some of your little, I think they're called like bot hacks or hack bots or Autobots, or it's not Autobots, but something where it's basically like your power level for certain things that you use your hacking skills for, and you can cause cars to go forward and backwards and turn and all of that. I've had a lot of fun doing that. A couple of days ago, I just caused a mass hysteria to occur, if you will, just mass hysteria, and I ended up posting a video of it. It wouldn't go on YouTube for some reason, but I guess I'll just have to try that later. But I thought it was really sweet, really cool, really awesome game. I highly suggest you guys check it out. It was definitely worth full price to me. I'm still playing it, still loving it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about it without trying to give any spoilers. One thing in particular is some of the abilities and things that you'll get that you can give yourself throughout the game actually really help you out. For example, not trying to go into any spoiler territory here or anything, so I'll just try to keep it as brief as possible. I was trying to get into an area, and I couldn't really figure out how to get into that area. I tried looking around with all the different cameras, like you would in the first one, and trying to see if there was some way for me to be able to hack in or use your little robot that you have on wheels, which is one, because you also have one that flies, you got a drone, and then you have another one with just a little one on wheels, which you can use for hacking as well. Try to look around, try to find out, where to go, couldn't find anything. I was like, well, crap. So basically what I did was I ended up calling like an APB on one of the guards. The cops showed up. The cops were trying to talk to the guy, saying, all right, we got this, we got you for this, we're going to have to arrest you. The guard ended up turning on the cops. And then another guard turned on the cops. The cops and the guards were shooting it out in one another inside of this building. I was hiding behind something, just laughing my ass off. The cops ended up killing all the guards. There was probably about 2 or 3 of them they killed. One of them didn't even bother to get involved, and he just stood there like, what the hell just happened? So then the cops finally just strode on off, and basically it's funny because that basically ended up opening up a way for me to get into where I needed to go to. There's other areas for you to be able to go to be able to get there, I believe. But I thought it was just hilarious the way that I ended up basically trying to infiltrate into this area that I was at. It was great, man. I was laughing so hard. And I silently melee took out the other guard when his back was turned, considering the cops just walked off. And I made sure they were gone too, because they would have saw me do it, and they probably would have came after me. But anyways, yeah, there's a lot of great moments, great crazy moments like that occur. I remember there was one other one where I was going after like this biker bar hangout place or something like that, and I did the exact same thing, and everybody was looking around like, what the heck is going on? And I ended up activating a grenade on a cop. No, it wasn't on a cop. It was on one of the bikers. I'm like, damn, for some bikers, I have some heavy artillery in just a little hangout bar that you guys are at. I activated the grenade on him, and it blew up, and it took everybody. It took everybody within that bar out. It took the cops there out. It took the other guys, guys out in the bar. It was hilarious, man. It was I was surprised because there was a hell of a lot more enemies in there than I thought there was going to be. Because when I went around to the back, there was some other ones, and I kind of crawled on top of this roof and started getting control of their cars and backing them up into them and running them over and all of that. And finally, it just came to a point where they spotted me, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to have to take these guys out. So I just went ahead and started shooting the bad guys and taking them out, and the whole area was empty then, and I could go ahead and peruse on through and take care of whatever I needed to take care of. But it's real funny. It's just the different options and things that you have. You have more options in this title than you did in the first one to be able to achieve your goals, which is really, really cool. And so I'm definitely enjoying it. Back to Dishonored 2. Definitely enjoying that one. I think I spoke on it last time, but I didn't really go into too much detail. I believe, which there really isn't too much detail for me to be able to go into it. Honestly, it's like, hey, this is Dishonored, but it has some extra powers. It has an extra character. The graphics look a hell of a lot better. They have more of a realistic feel. Like I guess both of your characters have two different sets of powers. I'm not necessarily sure. I have to check into that. But it's really cool. I definitely love it a hell of a lot more than I do the first one. I do really like the first one, but the second one is really just ranking up there for it being, as far as I'm concerned, the best one out of both of them so far. But yeah, and let's see, what else? What else can I pull out of my ass here, so to speak? That's pretty much the only main two that I've been playing. Final Fantasy 15 is going to be out in like a couple weeks or something like that. So yeah, that's definitely going to be taking up some time too, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm trying to go ahead and just finish my first playthrough of Dishonored and try to see if I can finish like the story mode of Watch Dogs 2. And then go back and do the other side stuff later, which I'm doing some side stuff, but the way I feel, you have to do some side stuff in order to really have an easier time going through some of the story missions. Because there's one specific story mission I was doing that it just pissed me off, and I said, I'm not doing this right now. I'm going to go do other missions and see if that will assist me to get like skill points, if you will, to get better hacksaws or whatever, better skills for me to be able. Hopefully, it'll be better for me in the end. Sorry about that. I actually I'm at work right now on my break, and I had to answer a work phone. So, yeah. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Dishonored 2. Was I talking about Dishonored 2? No, I was talking about Final Fantasy 15. Well, Dishonored 2 as well. Yeah, what the fuck. Don't you hate it when work gets involved in your break time and you try to fucking talk to a camera full of people and you can't because the phone fucking rang. Anyways, but yeah, the thing about I'm trying to get more skill points in the side missions to be able to progress onward with the story missions, and yeah, that's honestly pretty much it. And then when Final Fantasy 15 rolls around, holy shit! But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this now, considering I've been talking a hell of a lot longer than I felt like that I was going to. So, later, taters.